So we've come down for Easter holidays. It's our first trip down to Cornwall this year. We've been doing a lot of up north to explore because we're in the southwest, and we've explored a lot of the southwest coast, but we've missed it, so we thought we'll grab Easter weekend and come down and see if we can bring the weather with us. Unfortunately, as you can see, it is miserable out there, so no surfing. So we've been out on the beach this morning, we've been collecting sea glass, we've been doing loads of lovely things, we've had lunch, and now we've come back just to do a few little jobs in the van. Anyway, so I just wanted to show you what we've done really, and just talk about a few little hacks that I do, because you might find it helpful. If not, don't worry about it. So first thing we've done, which I'm really excited to show you, is we have taken out, thanks Gracie, the centralised table. So the big table was really big.
It was like up to here and it was really annoying. We could barely get through.
Yeah, and it was so irritating. We kept banging ourselves. Now this isn't for everyone, so you may want a big table, but we took it, and all it took was unbolting it from the bottom of the van.
But it was really hard to
yeah, it was. The screws were really stuck. They're right pain. So what I've done, I've just unbolted it, and I've just put a little bit of filler in there just to keep it all nice and dry. And then what else we've got is we've brought a little table, because you still need one just for your drinks, so that collapses down. And we've got these little devices.
They're so nice.
So they're quite cool, so they can sit and hold anything. You can put your brew on there and it's all good. So that's what we've got, and that's what we've done, which is very cool, and we're really happy with it. Now I would say on Facebook I am not the greatest at doing these things. However, there's a very nice little group on Facebook, and depending on your van will depend on what Facebook group you join. Anyway, we let me turn this back around. Anyway, so we joined the roller team or group on Facebook. And I put out a little shout and I said, has anyone done this? Has anyone taken out the table? How hard was it? And anyway, a man came back and he showed me a picture of what he'd done. Very similar setup, got a little table if they needed it. It's cool for playing cards. If you use your van a lot in winter time, like we do, you kind of need something to put your brews on, and if it is a rubbish day, so you can play games and stuff like that. So that's really handy. But basically, he was really helpful, told me how to do it, and warned me how heavy the table was. So if you're worried about weight, and you don't spend a lot of time in your van in the summer, then I think it's a really good shout, because just getting rid of that big table is reduced our weight down. I don't know how much, because I've got to take it to the wave bridge again, but we'll see. I'll let you know.
So much more room
in the summer as well, we spend a lot of time outside, so you know, it is only winter that we are in our vans. So yeah, it's something that we've done and we're really happy with it, and obviously the boys are really happy with it as well. So I just wanted to talk to you about little hacks, and I've written a few down, so because my memory is really bad, I've written a few down just to say what we do. So first little hack that I have is pack, when you're going away, just pack a little bag. Pack all your van away, lovely, beautiful, so it's all stowed, everything's all tight, nicely packed, but pack just one little bag, and that will have your gym jams, your toiletries, anything like that that you need immediately for that first night. So if you are held up in traffic and you're arriving somewhere late, you don't have to get there, run around, unpack your whole van. You can just park up, grab what you want out of the bag and get a good night's sleep and get started in the morning stress free. It's lovely. So that's what we do. The other thing is tension rods. So we've got, I'll just grab one. So we've got these little things. Now these we use to either go down there, and that keeps things in place when we're moving, or you can, these ones, you can make them really, really small and they can go into your cupboard. Now, and we've got a bigger one in our garage as well that's really strong. To be honest, it was an old pull-up bath to go in a, you know, like doors at your home, but it's really, really strong, and that just helps to keep things from sliding in the garage at the back of the van. So when we're driving along, you haven't got shifting loads and things that are going to cause noise, irritate you. They just help keep everything where it should be. So they're a really good, handy, and they're cheap as chips. You can go down Proper Job, wherever, and get them for next to nothing. So tension rods. The other top tip that I've got is drinking water. So if we're on like a summer trip, what I tend to do is I freeze my bottled water the night before we go at home, and then I put this into the fridge with my food in my fridge bag, and that just helps to hasten the cooling of the fridge. And also then I've got a lovely supply of really nice cold water on a hot summer's day. The other thing with drinks and stuff like that, if you've got kids, keep a supply of like drinks for the kids everywhere, like, so you're not having to unwrap things, like get things, because they'll tell you at the last minute that they've run out of juice or squash or anything like that. So that's what I do. I keep a good supply of drinks for kids, and I freeze my water bottle, and that really helps me. It's all about, what I've learned as you go along is it's all about doing things that save you time but also can double up. So the freezing of the water, that keeps my fridge dry, but the keeps my fridge cold, but it also is a really nice thing to have. So it's all good, it's a win-win. The other thing, top tip, as I've said, if you've seen the link and the video that we did on kitchenware, is have as much collapsible kitchenware as possible. It saves you a hell of a lot of space in your drawers, and also helps you stop those rattles. Rattles will drive you bonkers, and you're constantly, can you hear the rattle? I send my daughter around the whole van saying, what's moving? I'm paranoid about things shifting and things rattling, do my head in. So there's only so much you can turn the music up to stop the rattle and to stop it doing your head in. The other thing is multiple port USB chargers. So everyone's got chargers that have got USB-B or USB-C, whatever it is now. If you've got a multi-charger, which we have a few of them. Now, one thing about motorhomes is that there are never enough 3-pin plug sockets. So we have got multi-use chargers, and we've also got ones that will plug into our USB point and then give you multiple points as well. So we can charge when we're up and the 3 pins, you know, we're plugged into electric, and 3-pin sockets are working, but also we can use them off the leisure battery as well, so when we're off grid. So that's a really top tip, especially if you've got teenagers, because they've got tech on everything. So the other thing is, get yourself a good thermal screen. Now the thermal screen that this van came with had suction caps, and they were rubbish. So we put them on, and then 10 minutes later the suction caps would come off, and I'd have to go and do it all over again, and halfway through the night they come off. So then it just was the bane of my life. So what I've got now is a totally different one, and it was cheap as chips, and it goes on the outside of the van. Whether that's a good or a bad idea, I don't know, but in the winter it's been absolutely brilliant for us. Keeps the van insulated in the winter, but essentially as well, use them in the summer because it keeps them cool in the summer as well, and it just goes across your windscreen. Now ours, it hooks into the doors, so then you close the doors, and then we've got little Velcro bits that will hook around the wing mirrors, and then it goes straight across. It's all in one piece, not in little bits, so it really is a massive help, and it works for me. And the last thing is, cooking wise, in the summer we don't cook hardly anything in our van, like nothing. It all goes on the barbecue all summer long. We are out barbecuing, and we use coal. We've got a little off the floor barbecue, no one minds about it. Look, just seen a Tesco's delivery van turn up on site. Now that's very forward thinking. Anyway, so that's another top tip that I didn't know about, that you can get Tesco's deliver to your actual camping spot. That's amazing. So yeah, what was I saying? So we've got a little thing that comes off the floor. If fire pits are allowed in your site that you're on, which is a rarity, but if they are, because it comes off the floor, we tend to use our barbecue afterwards. Now, top tip with that is that I always line it with aluminium foil, and then when the barbecue dies down and it's cold, I lift off the foil, wrap it up in a little package, and then put it in the bin, and our barbecue is as clean as the day that we got it. Anyway, so we are, where are we, Grace? We are in Trevornick camping holiday park in Holywell.
Amazing. Love it.
Yeah, Holywell Bay
course.
down in Newquay. It's very nice, but it is the start of the season, so nothing is open. Now, one thing we learned today about Holywell Bay is if you're an avid surfer, it was the birthplace of British surfing, which I never knew. And the guy that made the first British surfboard used it he was a Londoner, came down with his 3 mates, and used it in about 1929 in Holywell Bay. So if you're an avid surfer, there's a little bit of surf history for you. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon.